Alright guys, hey guys, welcome back to another video. This week, or as you guys can see by the title and thumbnail, probably, I don't know what the thumbnail looks like. We are going to be looking through my 13 books, my first 13 books of Scooby Doo and Who. It's a play on words of the show Scooby Doo and Guess Who, which just released one special episode for Alex Trebek. If you don't know, he passed away. But right now, I gotta talk about my stories and what my stories look like. Roxy, everyone. So my first one here is a crossover with Hawkeye, and I was just in the comic book phase of writing books, and then I had and so I was like, I want to do. I've always, when I've had my fake shows, I always did a crossover with Scooby Doo and with Hawkeye together all the time. And so I just thought to actually finally make the story a real thing, and it's called The Curse of the Crossover. And this was just like a one-off book. I didn't even plan on making these other 12. And the thing is, when famous mystery-solving gang and monster get taken off the TV by Kingpin, Hawkeye, and co., have to get them back on TV and stop Kingpin while Scooby and the gang solve a mystery. It's a tongue twister of a thing, but yeah, I just looked up monster, and so all I did was made a big mouth monster, and then this other one is Scooby Doo meets Lightbergs and Company and the Cursed Cruise. This was also just another one-off. I didn't plan on making these other 11 guest stars, but I did, and now I have started a second season, because on the Boomerang app, they release 13 episodes, and then they release another 13 episodes, and then they release another 13 episodes, and then they release one episode for Alex Trebek. And so every 13 I'll be doing another one of these videos. But technically, Volume 1 and Volume 2 are Season 1, and then Volume 3 and 4 are Season 2. So, next part of the season. Anyway, the gang want a trip onto a cruise ship. They run into famous YouTuber Wayne Lightberg with his family. They all eventually find the ship is cursed by a ghost. Wayne wants the content, and the gang want to solve the mystery. I did myself. I've always wanted to, I always want to be with Scooby Doo. I want to meet Scooby Doo, and so I just thought, hey, let's make a story about me meeting Scooby Doo. This next one is the first one of the 11 that I actually had written down on a note card. And it's Scooby Doo and the Ghouls of the Galaxy instead of the Guardians of the Galaxy. The gang head to space for Velma's birthday and end up meeting and helping the Guardians of the Galaxy win with a monster on their tails. And so this monster is just a big blobby monster. They're all in space, and so they all have these cool space suits. And then the Guardians of the Galaxy right there. And this monster was just a big blobby monster, and yeah, it's just that big blob monster right there. And this next one is Scooby Doo is Serpent from the Sewer, and it's with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And so the gang go to New York for a talent show, and it's kind of also just ideas from Scooby Doo Stage Fright. And so yeah, the gang go to New York for a talent show. Then they run into a serpent that runs away from the sewers. There, Mystery Inc. find mutated turtles that are ninjas and teens. And yeah, all this is a big snake monster. And this one is my favorite artistic thing, where the gang and the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles go at it. They're like, this is our mission, we need to solve our mission. And then this is a mystery, we gotta solve our mystery. And so they butt heads a couple times. And yeah. And then this next one is another story that I could be a part of. And so the first one is, I just wanted to meet the Mystery Gang. But then the next one, I was like, what if I am the monster for the Mystery Gang? And so this is Scooby Doo and the Legend of Lighthouse. And this is the Daquan Montreal. And Daquan and Fred are friends. And yeah. And then my friends Alex and Danica, they're like, oh, Wayne would love to see them at school. And so they Snapchat me, and then they're like, hey, Wayne, they're here. And then I go there, and then yeah. Anyway, Daquan Montreal invites Mystery Inc. to teach the kids of Lighthouse about mystery solving. But short time after, a mystery needs to be solved. The best picture I got is this one of the lion. This next one I think I came back to after finishing my last series. And that is Scooby Doo! The Creepy Case Challenge with Team Edge. Famous sports challenge YouTubers invite Mystery Inc. for a video, but then the real challenge begins when a monster attacks. And what is that monster, you say? Let me look. It's a double dude. This next one I got here is Scooby Doo Creep from the comics with Stan freaking Lee. The monster in this one is called the Marvel Mashup Monster, which had Thor, Hulk, Iron Man, Captain America, Black Widow, Hawkeye, all the Avengers. The gang go to a comic book convention where they meet famous actor and comic book writer Stan Lee. He feels at risk when a threat he got comes to life. So yeah, he's gotten threatened by the monster, and turns out it's just a robot. And then my next one here is called Scooby Doo Night at the Art Museum instead of Night at the Museum. This one is with one and only Bob Ross, which actually turns out to be the ghost of Bob Ross. But I mean, I just wrote nonsense in this book, honestly. It's confusing. The gang go to an art museum for Daphne. There they meet famous paint teacher Bob Ross, along with a phantom painter. This one I feel like is my best work of a design for a monster, and it brings back her brother for it. And yeah. And there's the phantom painter. Right there with some cool goggles. Next, we have Scooby Doo Monster at Magic Manor. And this one was with Michael Carbonaro. Now, this one was, I don't know. But there's the ghost right there for you. The gang roll up to a manor that famous hidden camera TV show magician Michael Carbonaro just bought. But what he didn't know was that the manor was haunted. Alright. Next, we got Scooby Doo, Hellhound in Hell's Kitchen with Gordon Ramsay. And as you can see by the title, it's a hellhound. Boom! And the gang end up at a restaurant that is filming for famous chef Gordon Ramsay's show, Hell's Kitchen. Soon later, absolute hell breaks loose when a hellhound attacks. Movies made for monsters with Anthony and Joe Russo. When the gang went a trip to tour a movie studio, they run into famous brother directors Anthony and Joe Russo. Then, the filming gets cancelled by a spirit of the studio. So, Anthony Russo didn't really like what was happening with their filming, and so he thought to dress up as the Slenderman and make the movie better. Alright, this is number 12, which is called Scooby Doo, Judge, Jury, and an Executioner Monster with Judge Judy. And so I looked up the executioners and I tried to make this executioner guy actually look scary, but it didn't work. The gang go to court after events with the van. There, they meet famous Judge Jury Sheldon and an execution monster. I looked up her actual name because I didn't want it to be just Judge Judy. I wanted it to be just Judy. And yeah, Velma and Judy are friends somehow. Didn't really go over that, but I did give Velma an explanation of how they knew. And then last but not least, Scooby Doo Horror at High Five. Now, you guys probably don't know this guy, but he is Overkill, a character created by Matthias on the Matthias Vlogs channel. The ghost, and they are dealing with a ghost at High Five Studios, and so I just thought to take the ghost from that, and then, yeah. The gang get called to solve a ghost mystery at a studio owned by famous mystery content creator Matthias. And yeah, Matthias is also dealing with a guy named Cyphus590, and so I mentioned that in the book, and then Ghost, and then I mentioned Rose doing a lot of prank videos, and yada yada yada. The one that I'm working on now is with Fright and Fruitopia, which is with Loser Fruit, aka Kathleen, and I'll save the explanation for the next. My 13 of Scooby Doo's and Whos. If Scooby Doo and Guess Who, the next 13 episodes has a character from any of these 13 books, then I'm going to be trashing it. Alright guys, hope you guys liked this video. If you guys did, please leave a big like down below. If you guys haven't already, please subscribe. Peace.